what we saw today here was classic Donald Trump. Very unconventional for a US president. What he did was they were in the middle of a meeting and they started talking about the need for a meeting with Vladimir Putin and Zelensky, and Donald Trump just got up and basically said, I'll give him a call. So he left the room and he rang Vladimir Putin and said to him, I want you to have a meeting with Volodymyr Zelensky. And according to Donald Trump, at least, Vladimir Putin in Moscow said, OK, I'll do it. And so it looks like Donald Trump has set up that meeting, and he says the following meeting will be the three of them, Zelensky, Putin and Donald Trump there. And so if that second meeting and the third meeting go ahead, I think we have real chances for peace here. But bear in mind that the Russians are winning slowly, militarily in Ukraine. And so Vladimir Putin strategically, he wants to drag this out as long as possible. So I think he'll be in no hurry to have that second meeting, that meeting with Volodymyr Zelensky. What Donald Trump has made clear is that Ukraine is not getting Crimea back. Crimea, of course, was invaded by Russia in 2014. They illegally took it. They've annexed it. Donald Trump's made clear that's not a possibility. Vladimir Putin does not want Ukraine to join NATO. Donald Trump has said Ukraine will not join NATO. And this is where it's been a bit insidious and a bit sinister, the way that Donald Trump has been echoing the Vladimir Putin talking points almost word for word, which I think raises questions about what is the reason Donald Trump seems to be either in awe or in fear of Vladimir Putin. But he has said that Crimea is not to be returned. Donald Trump has said NATO is not on the cards. However, the concession that the European leaders have got here today, this is the big one, is the security guarantee. Because from Ukraine's point of view and the Europeans, if they do a deal with Russia, how do they know in 6 or 12 months' time Russia doesn't invade again? So Donald Trump today gave a commitment. Who knows how much it's worth, but he gave a commitment that the United States will help protect, was the word that Donald Trump used, protect Ukraine along with the Europeans. And he suggested it will be the Europeans who fund this protection of Ukraine with American intelligence and American hardware. And so that has been a big thing. And essentially what Donald Trump has today agreed to is a sort of a NATO light doctrine. NATO, of course, says that Article 5 says if one of us is attacked, all of us are attacked. Now, Putin won't allow, Vladimir Putin won't allow Ukraine to be part of NATO. So this is almost a way around it. This is sort of a version of the NATO protection. I think now Donald Trump's credibility will be severely hit with these influential European leaders if he doesn't get that Putin-Zelensky meeting. So I think that will almost certainly happen. We don't know when and where, and I think Donald Trump will put his prestige on the line, his credibility to get that done. Then if that happens, then Donald Trump then has to try to make sure the second meeting happened with the three of them. And I think at that point, they're already starting to negotiate. One of the iconic images out of today was President Trump standing there with Volodymyr Zelensky, and they had a map of Ukraine on the wall of the Oval Office, and it appears that Volodymyr Zelensky had been pointing to him the bits that Russia had taken and the bits that Russia still wants, such as Kramatorsk and Sloviansk. So to have a map on the wall of the Oval Office, the President of the United States looking at what Russia has taken, was quite a fascinating image.